Cool. Well, that was fast. All right. Well. So how many do we actually have? Okay, so we have that. Where's that? That's also outside. Alright, so let us, since we're here, let's do the small grave matter. Just take care of that right now. And after... Okay, that fucking just slightly concerned me. What's this? Use terminal access. Logs. Okay, never mind. Nothing helpful. I fucking keep... Nah. I want to take it, but I can't. Alright.
You're safer inside the walls.
Okay, cool. Oh, Billis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Graveside fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Well, wait, you have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay for your own. Okay.
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
It must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
That's an awful thing to say about your closest relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are they gonna do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's choice.
That's a bit fucked, don't you think? He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to work then. Dickhead. Anyway. Let's do this one. Oh, we actually have to go downstairs. The shit. From. Alright, cool. Alright, personal files. Bypass. Tenderfoot. Are you fucking kidding me? Tenderfoot. Alright. Continue. Theodore buried. Alright. Well, that answers that. So that's why I got... I don't know why I would get that if I didn't know. Vending machine. Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. Hacks go higher. Sell items. Oh. Okay, perfect. Alright, well, first off, sell you. Wait, don't I have? I don't think I have it. Damn. Still fucking I. Bad. What's this do? So confused. Anyway, up we go, I guess. To God knows what, honestly.
Miss Holcomb, I need to explain this with lesson. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson, I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
I'm sorry?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, let's start with introductions.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Alright, well, my ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me guess, you want me to do something for you before you help me?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Okay, if you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charge by the head.
Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright, I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
No, I'll use the company. Why not?
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright, well, let's get going. Best friend! You've gained a companion! There are characters that can join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions will provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Learn about your companions in the companion ledger. Some people may require completing another quest before they will assist you. You can check your quest log for dependencies. Alright. Wait. Okay. I'm trying to like understand exactly what they're talking about dependencies, but I'm assuming it's this stuff. Alright, so I'm assuming we're gonna be going outside.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
We're not even in. Did you say a 4?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, so 4 we talk.
Hey, mister, can we talk?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
You gotta... Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but... That's not the only side of the tale.
What? Is this about the deserters? Well, what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. This town got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
So what do we need to talk to the vicar about? Flipping the switch in your power mill?
About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
Oh, suppose it couldn't hurt. Yeah, we'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
I mean, she's not wrong. But where's the wicker dude? Oh. Oh, his name is Vicar. Oh, that's the dude. I thought it was like... Okay, well, yeah. Of course he's in our church.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Well, cleanliness is close to godliness, I guess. Hola.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Whatever you wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Well, what do you think of them?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Wait, what? My intelligence isn't high enough? What? Okay. So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Alright, just talk to everybody coming together. Is it impossible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And that is?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome son. Tell me more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Well, why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I need a little bit more about this before I agree to it.
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Okay, well, I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright, so... Hold on. What does it mean, like, I'm not intelligent enough? Like, what? I'm so confused. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so let us... Vending machine, vendor... Okay, cool. So let's actually go out and see where everything is. Yeah!
Dialogue skill combat abilities trigger automatically in combat. Mr. Tutorial, wonderful refresher.
Tutorials can be read or reread. Alright. So let's see here. Journals. Quest types. Map. Engrave old wreckage. So active quest. Now comes the power. Journal. Journal's closer. Well, the long tomorrow's closer. Where's this? Closer. And where's you? Right outside. Okay, perfect. We'll take care of him first. Then we can get this out of the way. pretty
When I
quickly.
was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here. Where are we headed?
Notice you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
What the fuck? Dude, that's so fucked up.
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Well, you mentioned something earlier that I
You
wanted
mean
to
about
ask
the
about?
mission being too clean?
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be clean? Yeah, it's like a church.
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Yeah. You're a mechanic. When you oversee a machine, it's seeing fixing. It's an ideal. Not one that we live in, but it's one that we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Well, let's get back to it then. Anyway, speaking of cold, yo, what's up?
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas sent me. You owe him your gravesites.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
What are you battling about?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah. You gotta go watch out for
That's
those.
right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you have against mechanicals?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're supposed to do.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Well, if your resistance needs another gun, I ain't for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
Well, what'd you need?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Alright, if I'm going after this mechanical scout, I could use a couple pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Alright, well, I'll let you be, because apparently that's all you can provide me. Alright, well now... Alright. Let's see here. First off, let's go over to this guy. Come along, Parvati. I always find it funny when people just like, it's Parvati. It's like, what? It's Parvati. Or if you're from, like, you know, the Northeast, it's Parvati. Screw the R. R doesn't exist.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry to bring that up.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
Here you go.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, well, I want my out of my way for you, huh?
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for a little tangible stuff, but okay.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Alright, well, another question for you.
Yeah?
Have you heard any news about Hope?
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. Is there a reason you asking?
I understand. Are you saying everyone's forgotten about us?
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you.
No, I don't understand. They said the colony was expecting
Look,
us.
I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and colony that, but you need to stop. Or there's gonna be trouble.
Where's the trouble in asking a question?
Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
Alright, well, let's change the subject then.
Something I can do for you?
We need to talk about Eugene.
Yeah? What about him?
Read a letter from Phyllis, mentioned digging him up for his gold teeth.
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
I'll keep an eye out for them, I guess.
Let me know if you find anything.
I'll see you around. And I think I know exactly what he is referring to, and no, we are not going to touch that. Alright, so... where's this? It is literally on the opposite side of this fucking place. God damn it. Oh well. I mean, hey! You know. Take some more time to explore, I guess. Oh.